Hi guys, so welcome to my channel. It's been a long time since I posted a video, so a long time no see, but a few videos to come actually. So I'm starting back the channel and hopefully you'll have plenty of nice things, very nice things to see in the coming videos. Very nice ones actually. And what better choice to start with than my favorite personal organizer notebook, Bujo, which I've been using for almost 3 years now, from the very beginning. And I've been using it in a Chick Sparrow cover, so that's the usual thing that I use, Chick Sparrow cover that I got for my 40th birthday, and then a Goalbook inside of this one, the Sapphire version. It's an old version, it's not the new one. But I've been using it this year, so I'm not showing you what's inside. But that's, to me, the best combination, and that's when I reached, or where I reached, Plan a Piece. And anyways, so I'm still going to use that configuration, but I still want to review a few things. So on my right, the former Rhodia Goalbook, the one I have in my Chick Sparrow cover. On my left, the new 2020 version, and in the back, all the colors except one. There's one color missing in my collection and I have no idea why, but I'm actually missing the beige, which is a very light version of a taupe. But we'll go back to the colors at the end. What I'm first going to show you is the Rhodia Goalbook, the 20,000 version, and why I think that they are a better option than your regular Leuchtturm or Moleskine, despite the fact that I find personally that the Moleskine covers are very funny. But in terms of quality, when you use something on a daily basis, you want something which offers a good quality, especially when you write with this kind of thing. And wow, come on camera, yep, this picked it. So when you write with that kind of nib, you want quality paper, and that's what you get in the Rhodia. So this collection belongs to, it's the Goalbook that belongs to the Rhodia Rama collection. And Rhodia is a French company. It's actually quite an old company already, because it was created in 1932, but I'll come back to this history in my next video, which is going to be about the pads and their new touch collection for artists. That's very interesting, so remember to come back for these ones. So, the Goalbook. The characteristic is that they come in plenty of colors, and they offer the Clairefontaine paper. So I'm going to show you both of these ones, which are the ones I did my writing tests in, at the same time, and then we'll move on to the colors. So what you find in this one is the soft version. You've got another, what do you call them? It's not strong version, it's solid, I don't know, I can't remember the word. But that is the soft version. It now exists in another version. You've got the elastic band that is in the orange, iconic orange from Rhodia, because Rhodia is traditionally the pad, the orange pad. So you've got the color reminder in the elastic band. But then I think it was the first time that Rhodia really went away from its traditional black and orange basis. So this one, as you can see, is one of the most successful ones. It's a turquoise color. And the Goalbook is inspired from the Bujo. It's Rhodia's answer to the Bujo craze. And the Bujo is, as many of you know, the bullet journal. And the principle is that you take a notebook and then you organize it the way you want, with a system of bullets or cases or round stuff, well, indications, and then you use them as kind of coding to help you stay organized and make lists and follow things. It's quite efficient. I've been using this for a few years now, and it's pretty damn efficient. So what's the answer to the Bujo craze? It's a semi-open system, and you will see it offers a bit more than a regular Moleskine or even the Leuchtturm that was an answer to the Bujo. So here you've got that soft cover, and it's covered with a PU leather from Italy. That's very nice. It doesn't actually look like leather, sorry, but the feel is extremely nice. And you've got the logo, which is embossed in the middle, coming out nicely with the two trees, épicéas trees, that symbolize the two brothers who created Rhodia. So you start with a first page, where you still have the control paper. I left it inside. And this one is the old version, so it comes in this ivory paper, which is 90 grams per meter square, which means that for 1 meter square of paper, the weight will be 90 grams. And the more weight you have, the thicker the paper, or the better the quality, depending. Sometimes you have very light papers with higher quality than heavier paper. It's made in France, the paper, by Clairefontaine, because Rhodia and Clairefontaine belong to the same group, which is Exaconta, Clairefontaine, Rhodia, and all this. So, after the first page, you've got a table of contents, which is 6 pages long. It's open, so you write the numbers of your page and the content that you have prepared. Then you've got an open calendar showing 6 months at one time. And that's very practical for putting my appointments with doctors, for example. Important appointments, but it's just one in a day. And then, after these pages, so how many months do you have actually? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6. So that's 1 year. And then again, with an open system, you've got your months, 6 per double page. And this time I use this one to, for example, to write down the important dates of the month, like the shows we go to and that kind of thing. And there again. And then you've got a nice blank page, and you start your pages. So they are numbered up to page 224, which gives you a lot of place. This one is the ruled version, but the one I have in white comes with the grid version. And let me show you the difference in color between the ivory and the white paper. Both are 90 grams per meter square, both very smooth vellum paper that is perfect for fountain pens, but perfect for everything. The difference with other brands like Moleskine or Leuchtturm, for example, is the perfection it has with fountain pens and with very nice inks. And I will show you that later on. So that's the difference. The ivory is actually quite a strong ivory color, and the white looks a bit grey. That's due to the grey dot system. So this comes as a kind of dark blue rule, and this is definitely grey points. I'll show you up close. This is what you get. So I definitely have adopted, well, it's funny because the one I have this year is the grill one, is the ruled one, and I do prefer the dot one. Having used both of the systems for 1 year each, I can tell you I do prefer the dots. As you can see from that distance, the rule is stronger and that is more discreet, but the effect you have with the dot is the same as with the rule. It's the grid, sorry. The grid and the dot, same use, same effect, so I do prefer the dots because they are more discreet than the grid. So that's my personal preference, and all notebooks in their collection come in this one in the Goalbook. Now when you move on to other notebooks from their Rhodia collection, then you do get blank pages and you do get line pages as well, which come in this kind of color, if I remember well, but I cannot say I'm sure about this. So let's go to the composition of the Goalbook. So there you've got your 224 pages, and then you've got a little pocket at the end, paper pocket. And that's the old version. Now what is new in the new version is that instead of 2 page marks, you get 2 page marks, but one is the iconic orange from Rhodia and the other is the color of your notebook. So if I take this one, I can't remember the name in English, but the green one and the raspberry one, then you see it comes with 2 tones. One is green and orange, one is orange and raspberry color, while in the former version there were 2 tones, there was just 1 tone of the same color. Also in the new version, and I think that's an answer to their customers, which is nice, they do take into account their customers, where you get a pen holder, which is inside, so you do get this little bump on this side, but then you have the pen holder. If you want the older version, you have no bumps at all, but then you have no pen holders. As for the pen holder, it's actually nice because you can put a large pen. This one is fairly large. What's not easy is to put it inside because it's not used to having the pen inside yet. There you go. So this one is rather large. It fits perfectly. The fit is nice. It can actually hold the smaller pens or bigger pens, but it holds them fine. There you go. And so you've got the white paper. What's the difference now between the ivory and the white? Well, first it's a question of personal taste. I do love ivory color for my paper. For some reason, I have a love for ivory paper. Now, that being said, when you use ink collection inks like the yeap Poussière de Lune, which is my favorite one, which I used for the paper test, then you do get a nicer color. Well, you do get the original color, and I will show you the difference. But first, let me show you the pen tests I made. So I actually test only what I use, because I do not use this for drawing or painting. I used my fountain pen, which is the Pilot Prera with a 1mm nib, with Poussière de Lune, an ink by yeap, and we'll compare it with the test in the other one with the white paper later. I used the Pentel Touch test, which is a pen I use for quick sketching. I used a Sharpie marker test, which is not a pen I actually use in these notebooks, but it's a pen that is the utmost aggression you can put on a paper, technically. I used a Palomino Blackwing for this one, because with very, very smooth fountain pen paper, you do tend to have issues sometimes with regular pens like this one. So I did test this one, and it answered perfectly well. And finally the Papermate Inkjoy, which is your basic writing pen, but I love that basic writing pen. So let's look at it up close. Writing on this paper is actually quite smooth. It's a smooth experience, and with the ballpoint pen, it's actually like a bit creamy in texture. So it's very pleasant. On the other side, as you can see, the only thing that goes through, and not that much, is the Sharpie marker. Sorry, call it the marquee, but it's the Sharpie. It's the Sharpie marker. Now, on the white paper, I tend to think that the ivory paper is actually a little bit smoother than the white paper. It's very close, but I think this one is a little smoother, but it's still extra smooth. So on this one, I did an ink test with the Pilot Prera again. I did them one after the other, so the ink is absolutely the same. So as I wrote, it's extra smooth paper. The white allows inks to express themselves better. There's no feathering at all. We can have a closer look. and you will see no feathering on this. It's absolutely perfect, and the inks do express themselves very nicely. You see you can see the pressure of the pen. It's actually quite nice. Now let's compare these two. As you can see at the top and at the bottom, the top is the same pen exactly and the same ink, but as you can see it comes as a darker ink on the ivory paper, which is just logical if you add color to. If you don't add color, or if you add color, then you do get something stronger. It's still nice on the ivory paper, but then if you want the true color of your ink, you will definitely go to the white paper. So that's a personal choice. I do not choose myself. I tend to move from one type to the other depending on what I want. I do like the ivory paper on a daily basis. Now if I want something that is closer to reality, then that white paper is actually quite nice. And it's a nice variation from what's usually offered, which is the ivory color. Okay, so now let's finish with the different colors that you get in the Rhodia Rama collection. And that's actually the colors you get in the whole collection, not only the Goalbook, but all the rest. That's a large collection. And it comes in 16 different colors, which explains why I have 15 at the end. And it's actually a larger offer than most other notebooks. So let's have a look at these nice little colors. So we're going to start with the color that I dislike the most, or let's say the one I don't like. I would never ever buy a notebook in that color, but I suppose there are people who enjoy that color, and that is the silver one. The silver one comes with a different texture. Right, there is texture, there is a little dent, as you can see. Maybe you can see that actually, yes, like this. And so this one, the silver, that's actually the smaller size of this collection. That's actually nice to show the colors. So this one is the silver. Also the cover is a bit stronger than the other one. And now let's have a look at the most discreet, most sober color. And that's the black one. So here I've got the small version of the black one and the big A5 version of the Goalbook. Now I do actually like this association of black and orange. It does remind me of the of original Rhodia products, and I must say I find this one to be quite elegant. That would be perfect, I suppose, for work. Definitely the other colors tend to be more feminine, and this one is perfect. Perfect for any situation. So I actually enjoy that color a lot. Now there's a lighter color than this one, which is called Beige. Now this one is Taupe, and I've used it for one of my year Goalbooks. And in that same kind of color, because these ones come in pairs, then you've got the chocolate version. Chocolate is actually a kind of milk chocolate. It's not a very strong chocolate. It's a nice color as well. Beautiful browns. Now, oh yeah, by the way, I do have the Taupe one in that size, so you can see. Sometimes the logo, which is embossed, comes stronger in one of the versions or the other, and you will see that in the next images. That one, as well as the black one, is a fairly discreet, non-jarred kind of color. That's a nice one too. Right, now we come to what's the name of this one in English? Anise. Okay, so like the drink, it comes in that green, so you can see that green color, and the orange elastic band fits very well on this one. Sometimes it's a better fit with the color, orange color, but most of them do pretty well with the orange color. That's a nice, very nice, rather feminine color. No workplace color this time, but definitely a nice one. Now comes one of the most successful colors of the line, the turquoise. And that one, is that the name in English? Yeah, same name. I put the names in English sometimes because they do differ. And here you can see on the A5, I think the color comes out nicely on this one, and the logo comes out more strongly or stronglier. I think you can say both now. Stronglier is the rule. Is it the Sapphire? Yeah, I love that color. This is actually the color that I associated with my Burgundy Chick Sparrow. There you can see. Well, actually, that's not Burgundy. It was Aubergine at the beginning, but the color changes with time, so now I call it Bordeaux or Burgundy. So here, again, the orange color fits pretty well with that very light, soft blue. It's very discreet. That type of blue does remind me of an orange pad for some reason. I have no idea why. Okay, this one is the Iris. Is it another name in... No, I think that must be the same. Iris color. It's a pretty light blue, almost palm color. That's actually quite nice. Very soft, pastel almost. Now this one is a bit stronger, but it's nice too, and that's the same as this one. Okay, see from a distance you see the color you have on that side? Because I have light coming from the west and from my left. And that color you get is actually closer to the original color. See, if I put it there, it's more like some kind of aubergine color. And now if I put it there, it's more that color that you get. It's like violet. Well, it's called violet anyway. Very nice one. Love this one too. Well, I love many of them. Well, that's one of the colors I'm not very fond of, but you need a choice of color for everyone. That's the closest you can get to a pink. That would be a light pink, and that's the lilac. Right, lilac color. So let's put it there so you can see the actual color. Yeah, nice there. Now, in a stronger pink, you've got the raspberry, which is a very petulant color. I like that one, raspberry, and that's the one I have there in the background, so you can see the nuances. And here is the actual color. It's a strong, dark pink, and it's a bit lighter than an actual raspberry because we have them in the garden right now. But it's a lively color. Now, for people who like something more on the red side, we've got the poppy one. So let's move it to that side so you can see the actual color. And that's the poppy. Maybe it's the one that orange color fits the least. But that's still one of the most beautiful colors in the line. I will show you my favorites in the end, but that's one I actually like very much. And now these ones, these ones are yellow and orange tones. You've got the tangerine, which is the stronger orange. You've got the orange, which is actually the closest one to the original Rhodia colors. And then you've got the daffodil, which is a yellow, very bright color. Doesn't have a lot of success. A person from Rhodia told me, which I cannot explain. Maybe from people being a bit shy with that type of color, but it's actually brilliant, and it looks like the sun. Really, it's a very nice little color. Now, my favorite colors in the line. I definitely do not like this one. I like the black one because it's your classic notebook, and I do like my classic notebooks. I do like this one, and I believe that it would be the right choice for next year for this one. Maybe it would fit, the contrast would be quite strong, and I would like that kind of strong contrast, so I like the daffodil one. Now, the ones I've been using, the Sapphire is also one I really like, but not for contrast, obviously. The Turquoise, and this may come as a surprise, but I do like the Taupe. and the raspberry for some reason. And oh yeah, this one too. I really like this one too. But the other colors, a bit less. Right, but that's a personal choice again. Colors, you don't discuss colors. That's the French expression, you don't discuss colors. So I hope these showed you the line that you can get and what you do get in the Goalbook and the new 2020 version of the Goalbook. I've been using this for more than 2 years, and I plan on keep using it. I plan on using it for years and years until there's something maybe that comes to challenge my opinion on this. But for the moment, in my opinion, that's the best you can get for a regular price. It's the same price as a Moleskine or a Leuchtturm, but it's way better in terms of quality. The definitions are superb. It's always perfect. I have never seen or had any issue with any of my Goalbooks or any of my Rhodia products, as a matter of fact. And that's because they have high quality control. If you want to know more about Rhodia, and if you want to discover what they have to offer in terms of pads, or if you want to discover their new touch collection, that will be in my next video, so keep in touch. Remember to put a like at the end so my video is referenced a bit more and so it can circulate a bit more, and that will help a lot, so thank you if you do that. And so I will be showing the video with the dot pad, but my strong interest is in the touch collection because I like to do urban sketching, and that is definitely something that was missing in the Rhodia collection, and now they are offering it with the Clairefontaine art papers, and that's really a nice discovery this year. So stay in touch and we'll see that in the next video. Up till then, take care, be careful with that freaking virus around, and we'll see you next time.